Liberator. I'm here with a new battle report. It's going to be Age of Sigmar battle report, 2000 points, Stormcast Eternals. My Stormcast Eternals against Skaven. This is the third game on a local tournament, and if you have seen previous games from this tournament, the first I lost by far, and the second I won, also scoring the secondary objectives. So I am a little bit middle-high table, and I'm going to play against a Skaven army. So for this last mission, we are going to play the battle for the pass. And this is my army, so I'm playing with a Lord Celestan on Dvakoth, a Lord Relictor, a Lord Castellan, Lord Ordinator, and Lord Arcanum. 3 units of 5 Liberators, 2 units of 5 Judicators, 1 unit of 5 Evocators, 3 Prosecutors, and finally Celestial Ballista. My opponent, he has a Skaven Warlord. Remember, this army is before the Codex was launched, so this is still using the Compendium forces. So yeah, these have changed right now, but he's playing with a Skaven Warlord, an Arc Warlord, a Vermin Lord, Warbringer, Plague Priest, 3 units of 40 warriors, 1 unit of Storm Vermin, and 1 unit of 3 Storm Fiend. The Storm Vermin is also 40. So yeah, you can see 160 Skaven just on units and then the characters. So let's go to turn 1. Sorry if I'm missing some pictures in this battle, but I was a little bit tired, and I tried to make as many pictures possible, but sometimes we did not make so many pictures. So you can see this picture is already turn 1, and he's already start moving. So the way you can see the hands next to the board there. So he's going to I stopped deploying first, okay, and I decided to give him the initiative. I think this was a mistake because by giving him the initiative, I give him the board control, and yeah, this was a mistake from my part. Sorry for that. But then, as you can see, he's advancing, so he's just running and with all his units towards me, except 1 unit that he's going to leave in the back to protect from me deploying his backward. So this is how he finished his movement. No charges, no shooting. So no damage from to my side, but yeah, you can see he has control of a lot of the board, and he's scoring 2 + 2 + 1, 5 points. Okay, so and this I think was my mistake in this battle. With that, we go to my turn, and I decide to try to protect my objective, and at the same time try to see if I can score the objective in my left flank. So I move very aggressively with my Lord Celestan on Dvakoth. I try to I bring back all the units I have in reserve. So I left in reserve the Judicators and the Ballista. And I did a lot of damage to one of his units of Skaven. In the shooting, I focused my shooting on the Storm Fiends, killing 2 of the 3 Storm Fiends, what reduces a lot the mortal wound throughput he has with the Storm Fiends. I thought that my biggest threat, as I said, are always the mortal wounds against my Lord Celestan on Dvakoth. And yeah, and this way I focus on the units that can cause mortal wounds to me. I did not manage to score the objective anyway because he has more bodies than me next to the objective. I think I miscalculate how many guys I have to put there. So I just scored 1 point, so we go 5-1. And this is when I realized, this is the moment I realized that I make a mistake by giving him the first turn. I'm not going to be able to kill the Skavens fast enough to claim the objective later on. So we go to the turn 2. And I did not manage to have a double turn, so he has the turn 2. He starts moving and surrounding my army with his Skaven. As you can see, I expose a lot of the Prosecutors. I know that they will die, but I want to see if I can minimize the attacks he can make on my Liberators as well on my Judicators. So I try to protect more interesting and expensive units from my side. His mortal wounds kill my Lord Celestial on Dracoth. Okay, and this is just before he's moving, but he's going to move all the block against me. So here you see the movement. He just advanced with everything, not running, just advancing, but being quite a good distance for charge. He also advanced with the Vermin Lord and put him in close combat in case, 3 inches in case he needs to finish my Lord Celestial on Dracoth with the Warlord. This was not needed because the mortal wounds just kill my Lord Celestial on Dracoth. And you can see he really charged almost with everything. This is indeed, as I said, I was missing pictures. This is at the end of my turn, but you can see that the mass red is advancing towards my right flank, and this is the dangerous side. He has the Storm Vermin, the Storm Vermin plus a unit of 40 clan rats. Okay, his characters are behind, hidden, so I will try to still sniping them, and yeah, and he's trying to block my shooting as well with the close combat. So what I did in my hero phase, as you can see, my ballista is out of the combat because I teleport the ballista out of the combat to be able to support my advance for this flank. I decide to go for the secondary objective, and I put the liberators inside of the ruins to be able to score this the secondary objective in this flank. He was not able to score my objective, so at this moment we were 10-1 in terms of objectives. I just advanced and I tried to clean up as many as can of the clan rats there. Okay, I try to keep also in close combat my Lord Castellan, and I use the Relictor together, so I can have the Lord Castellan with 3+ bas +2 on the armor save. I put the lantern on the Lord Castellan himself, and then I also have the Staunch Defender. So I also use the Staunch Defender to give as much protection as I can to my Judicators and Liberators that are in this big melee there in the middle of the battlefield. Lord Arcanum managed to avoid the combat. I managed to move these Liberators to hold the secondary objective, and then I managed also to threat some of his units with my Evocators. So this is how was looking like more or less at the end of my turn. So I managed to, I was killing in that moment about 40 Skaven. He has all his characters quite wounded, and I kill. The thing is, my Evocators kill the Vermin Lord between the Ballista, the shooting of the Ballista, plus the unit of Judicators that is not in combat, and then I finish the Vermin Lord in close combat with my Evocators. So I kill. I'm quite confident I can have control of this side of the board, but my objective. So the objective I need to defend in my deployment zone. It's really threat, and there are 40 Storm Vermin that are going to be difficult to deal with. So you see here, this is how it looks like. And he's keeping the other unit of 40 Skavens to protect his objective in his deployment zone. So with that, we go to the turn 3, and again, the Skavens have the initiative in turn 3. So the Storm Vermin starts surrounding me around my objective, and then he's protecting his objective, making this type of circle around the objective. If there is this line, it's because he tried to keep all his units within 6 or 9 inches of the 12 command. I think it's 6 inches. You don't have to be wholly within, you only have to be within. And then he's using the other characters to attack my Liberators, try to see if he can avoid the time scoring my secondary objective. Have to hold this terrain for 2 turns. Okay, between the attacks and so on, he killed 2 of my Evocators. I think it was with the mortal wounds, and then he just assault on the Liberators. On the other side, the Storm Vermin and the other clan rats are just assaulting on my Liberators and Judicators that are defending the objective in my deployment zone. here we have some pictures during the piling and the attacking and all this big melee that is there in the middle of my deployment zone. And yeah, he killed my he killed a big bunch of my liberators. I think he killed them all at the end, or at least not many liberators are surviving. So my liberators were quite decimated. The guys that survive against any expectation were my judicators, in part thanks to the +1 of the Stone's Defender, because the Lord Relictor is close by. He's not attacking my character, so I have my Castellan and my Relictor. I think they only have 1 wound or something like that. His characters flop against my Liberators, so I think he only managed to make 1 wound against my Liberators, and I did some wounds to him, but they get stuck in combat, so there was not a clear victory from any side. So yeah, this is before attack, but the storm, the how it's called this, the storm fiend and the plague priest and the arc warlock are assaulting on my liberators, and he killed. I think he did just 1 wound to my liberators, and in return I did some maybe 1 wound to his plague priest or 2 wounds to his plague priest, not to my. And this is at the end of my turn. So then what I did is I focused to kill the characters that are attacking my liberators. So I'm trying to leave the Skaven without characters. So I concentrate my fire on the Storm Fiend, on the Plague Priest, and on the Arc Warlock. And between the shooting and the close combat, I kill them all. So on the middle, the other thing why I was able to shoot with my 2 units of Judicators is because I used against the translocation power from my priest, from the Lord Relictor, to teleport the Judicators out of the combat. Makes no sense to keep them in combat, so I just concentrate my fire just move them out of the combat so I can shoot everything on the characters. And as I said, I killed the Arc Warlock, I killed the Priest, and I killed the Storm Fiend. So this was the end of the turn 3. This time I scored 2 points because I have this flank objective, but in his turn he scored, I don't remember if he scored this one, I'm not sure. I think he scored 4 to 7, so 7, and he had 8 was 15, and I just scored now 2 points, so 1, 1, and 2 is 4. 4 to 15. It's I give up on the mission at this moment. I just want to survive, to see if I can kill as many scavengers as I can, and because they also the kill points on the number of minutes I kill is counting. As well, I scored my secondary objective because the Liberator survived the combat with the characters, so I will be able also to score the secondary objective, so I will get some points, and what is not bad for the tournament. But then we go to the turn 4, and I will go fast because moment. Turn 4, yeah, here I think they were still, I did not manage to kill all the characters, but they were quite severe wounded. So he tried to rescue the characters, bringing more clan rats to the combat. I just bring also all my characters here into the combat because he retreated from the combat with the Storm Fiends and with the other Skaven. So my characters were free to charge. So yeah, this is how it's looking like here, and as the Plague Priest in combat with the Liberator. And this is an overview before the combat of the Skaven. So in the turn 4, as you can see, I keep moving. I give up to try to kick out the Storm Vermin out of my objective. Makes no sense, and I will not be able to kill them. So I just move my characters to protect, try to destroy this flank, have control of this flank, and go for his objective, just to kill as many Skavens as I can. So at the end, after charges and so on, I kill completely the unit of clan rats that was trying to that was trying to block me from score the objective in this side. And I also, this time is when I kill all the characters. So I have all the control on this side of the board, but he have control on the other side of the board, so plus on my deployment zone. So again, this time he scored all the objective because in his turn he was putting more bodies than me around the objective. So he scored the full points, that is 7, 9. So yeah, as I said, he's getting a lot of advantage. I'm just scoring the 2 points here at the end of my turn. So we went to turn 5. I had double turn. I attack his back. I kill all his characters. So this was more for the kill points. I wanted to do as much damage as I can to the clan rats to see if I can kill another clan rat unit. And my objective was to get as many kill points as possible. But at the end, yeah, the battle stopped here. So we finished the battle at this moment. Well, finished. We arrived to the end of the turn 5, and yeah, this was a crushing victory for. In terms of points, was a big victory for the Skaven. In terms of kill points, I killed more Skaven than what he killed to me. At the end, I was thinking to be even worse position when he charged with the Storm Vermin. But yeah, at the end was not as bad as what I was expecting. So this is at the end of the battle. At the end was a big victory for him in terms of victory points. Let's say 35 points to my 9 points that managed to score at the end. Yeah, this was but I managed to score my secondary objective, so I get some points for the tournament. Again, the big mistake is to give the board control to the Skavens in turn 1. I should have decided to go first when it was my choice, have as much control as I can, and if I have a lot of casualties, the objective at the end of the missions is to have as much control as you can on the board. So mistake from my side. I learned the lesson, and yeah, and I see that I will have problems to deal with big blocks of big armies that have a lot of enemy. My weak points, as usual, as in the first battle, is again the mortal wounds. All my characters are very vulnerable to mortal wounds, and yeah, I need to think if I play again Stormcast, how to deal with that. If I have to take a type of artifact that avoids me to lose mortal wounds, or I mean, not avoids, but give me some save against mortal wounds on my Lord Celestan on Blackwood. So that's all for this battle. Please let me know, give your opinion. Let me know what do you think about the battle. Give a like if you have liked this battle. Share if you think other people can be interested. And as usual, thanks a lot for watching, and see you again later. Bye.